Well, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both making appearances with Jimmy Fallon this week, but are late-night comedians more partisan than ever?
Just look at the extremely in-depth policy plan the Trump team came up with to fix Obamacare.
Repeal and replace with something terrific.
Something terrific? That's not a policy, that's a Frank Sinatra B-side.
Yes, all Muslims know what other Muslims are thinking. They're magical that way. Trump learned that from the documentary Aladdin.
George Wallace in a wig has yet another new campaign manager. Her job seems to involve crushing a Klonopin into his breakfast McFlurry, pointing him at a teleprompter and begging him to use his inside voice.
Here to discuss our comedian panel, Allison Breen, Ryan Reese, and Kyle Ocasio. Good morning to you three. Thanks for waking up so early.
Good morning.
Sure.
Good morning.
All right, so they've got a lot of material to work with this cycle. Kyle, are they more partisan than ever?
Sometimes they are, and I think that that's okay because there's a certain viewership that tunes into a specific comic and their views, and they want to get more of it. But I think humor can be bipartisan, and it's really fun to knock both sides.
It seems like they want to say they're neutral, though, Ryan. They like to say that they are not on one side or the other. What's your take on this? How has this changed over time? Do you feel like right now it is more partisan than ever?
Well, Abby, first off, thank you for giving me the opportunity to look up the word partisan. Second off, Trump's just giving the material. He just puts so much out there constantly, and Hillary says nothing, so that's the shot you're going to take. I mean, Trump won't shut up, and Hillary can't stand up. I mean, I feel like...
But I'm bummed.
Come on. What is it, 6 in the morning?
Allison, do they have a job, though, to remain neutral? Because, you know, their audience is a mix of people, and a lot of people only get their news from comedians.
Yeah, that's the problem, I think, is that the cable networks, people act like they're journalists for some reason, but they're entertainers still, and so they're totally allowed to take sides and be funny and do whatever they want. But we're acting like they have these important opinions and they're influencing people, which maybe they are, but it's not their responsibility to or not to. It's probably the problem of the people if they're getting that easily influenced by a guy who throws buckets of water at people's heads for a living, telling them who to vote for, you know?
But that's why I think it's important to have this conversation about what their role is and how important it is for them to stay sort of bipartisan in an election cycle like this, Kyle. I mean, it used to be that there was one late-night comedian show, right? And now it's you can't get enough of it.
There's many. And I think that, like I said, though, I think that people want to hear more of, you know, for example, you tune into Samantha Bee. You know, she's very left-leaning and she has a following, and they want to hear what she has to say. And I think she has a right to throw her opinions out there. She's got her own show. But I do think, like, the more classic late-night stuff, like the Johnny Carson style, I think Jimmy Fallon's following that, and he certainly took a hit for doing the Trump thing with some of the left-wing people because they think that he might be responsible for showing a more vulnerable, playful side.
Well, let's get to that, because this week he went on Jimmy Fallon. We saw a side of him we don't always see of Donald Trump. So can we play a bit of that clip?
You say yes? Go ahead. With my hair.
Can I mess your hair up?
I'm being gentle. So, as long... The answer is yes, but the people in New Hampshire, where I'm going to be in about an hour from now, I hope they're going to understand, okay?
Who knew? Not a toupee after all this time.
Oh, hell no.
He made it clear. He's got a full head of hair there.
I'm just impressed anyone touched that thing. That looks like
hilarious.
It might be alive.
Well, but Ryan, what impact does this have?
Well, this is all planned out. This is choreographed. There's no way anything's happening.
They produced this well in advance.
There's no way he's going on this show unless it's planned out and they prepared his hair for that.
But the viewers don't know that. All they see is someone that's being a little more vulnerable, being a little more playful.
Of course, but he knows that. I mean, Trump's a master showman. That's what he does. I mean, he released his medical records on Dr. Oz. I mean, like, that's
the election cycle that we're in.
Yeah,
one's home with pneumonia, the other's releasing medical records on Dr. Oz, Allison.
Yeah, this just makes it more of a circus. It's already a circus as it is with the regular news outlets, and now this just takes it up a level, and people love to see it. I mean, and it's funny to me that it takes him an hour to fix his hair. Did anyone catch that? I hope the people in an hour in New Hampshire are ready
looking at the whole shake.
I just can't even imagine someone touching my hair. Like, do you know the gray that's covered, the frizz here? Like, oh Ryan, you'll have no teeth. Like, seriously, it's
all
crazy.
right. Well, we're going to have to leave it there, guys. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks
for having us.
Have a good day.